The simple act of reheating your lunch in its plastic container is hiding a secret. It's releasing invisible chemicals into your food that scientists have linked directly to a slowing metabolism and hormonal disruptions. It's one of the most common habits in modern kitchens, yet it holds a secret that could be quietly impacting your health day after day. Hello, my wonderful friend. I'm Dr. Emily Hart, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. My passion is to take the complex science behind our health and make it simple, understandable, and most importantly, actionable. Before we begin, I'd love for you to tell me in the comments, where are you watching from today? It brings me so much joy to see where our community of strong, curious women comes together from all over the world. And if you believe in the power of knowledge to transform our health, please take a moment to subscribe so you never miss these important conversations. Now, let's talk about that container of leftovers sitting in your fridge. It's a symbol of convenience of a well-planned meal. But what is actually happening inside that plastic container when you press start on the microwave? The science is fascinating and a little startling, and it's exactly what we're going to uncover together right now. Think of the plastic that makes up your food containers as a very tightly woven sponge. When it's cool and stable, everything is held firmly in place. It does its job beautifully, keeping your food fresh and protected. But when you apply the intense, rapid heat of a microwave, that structure begins to change. The sponge, in a sense, loosens up. And when it does, it can release some of the tiny, invisible particles it's made of. These are chemicals like BPA and phthalates, names you might have heard before but weren't quite sure what to make of. These microscopic particles can migrate or leach directly from the walls of the container into your healthy, delicious soup, your leftover casserole, or your steamed vegetables. They don't have a taste, a smell, or a color. You would never know they were there. It's a silent transfer, happening in minutes, that can have long-term consequences. So, these tiny particles get into our food. But what's the big deal? Our bodies are resilient, aren't they? Well, yes, they are. But for women over 60, the impact of these specific chemicals can be profound, especially when it comes to two of the most important systems that govern our well-being: our hormonal system and our metabolism. The reason for this is that these chemicals are known in the scientific community as endocrine disruptors. Now, that's a very fancy term for a very simple idea. They are little imposters. They look and act so much like our natural hormones like estrogen that they can fit into our body's hormone receptors like a key fitting into the wrong lock. They can block, mimic, or otherwise interfere with our body's delicate hormonal symphony. This can affect everything from our thyroid function, which is the master control for our energy levels, to how our body manages its weight and blood sugar. When our hormones are out of balance, we can feel tired, foggy, and struggle with a metabolism that just doesn't seem to work like it used to. This isn't about fear, it's about knowledge. Because when we understand how these things work, we can take simple, powerful steps to protect our health. And here's something that might surprise you, and I'd love to know in the comments if you've ever wondered about this. That microwave safe symbol you see on the bottom of plastic containers doesn't actually mean that no chemicals will leach out. It's a standard set by regulatory agencies that simply means the container is unlikely to melt, crack, or warp at typical microwave temperatures. It's a measure of the container's structural safety, not your food's chemical safety. Isn't that a little shocking? It's a subtle but critical distinction. Knowing this can feel a little overwhelming, I completely understand. You might be looking at your kitchen cabinets right now with a bit of worry. But please don't, because the solution is wonderfully simple, and it starts with becoming a gentle detective in your own kitchen. I'm going to give you a very easy guide to quickly tell the good containers from the ones you might want to rethink. All you have to do is flip over any plastic container you own. You'll almost always see a little triangle with a number inside from 1 to 7. This is our recycling code, but it's also a helpful clue about the type of plastic you're holding. Think of numbers 2, 4, and 5 as your safer for storage team. These plastics are generally more stable, and are better choices for keeping food in the refrigerator. The ones to be most cautious with, especially when it comes to any kind of temperature change, either heating or freezing, are numbers 3, 6, and 7. Number 7 is a general catch-all category that can sometimes contain BPA, the chemical we talked about earlier. Number 3 often contains phthalates, and number 6 is polystyrene, which we know can leach other chemicals of concern when heated. Now, I know that's a lot of numbers to keep in your head, so please don't feel you need to memorize them. But here is the simplest rule of all, the one that cuts through all the confusion in numbers. If it's plastic, its best and safest use is for cold storage only, never for reheating. So, we know what to avoid, but what should we be embracing? What are the absolute best, safest, and even most delicious ways to store and reheat our food? I have 3 golden rules for you that will make your kitchen a sanctuary of health and make your meals taste even better. They're so easy to adopt, you can start this very day. Golden rule number 1 is simple. Always transfer your food before you heat it. Think of the plastic container as its traveling home or its temporary home in the fridge, but not its forever home when it comes to heating. Before you pop that lovely portion of lasagna or that hearty vegetable soup into the microwave or the oven, take 30 seconds to move it into a glass or a ceramic dish. This single act immediately eliminates the risk of those plastic-based chemicals leaching into your meal. It's a small pause that pays huge dividends for your health. Golden rule number 2 is to embrace the classics. Glass and ceramic are your absolute best friends in the kitchen. These materials are what we call inert, which means they are stable and don't have active chemicals that can migrate into your food when they're heated. They're reliable, they're durable, they're easy to clean, and honestly, doesn't food just taste so much better when it's warmed and served in a real solid dish? Investing in a good set of glass storage containers with lids is one of the best things you can do for your kitchen and your peace of mind. And golden rule number 3 might just be a delightful return to tradition. Don't forget the power of your stovetop. For soups, stews, sauces, and so many other leftovers, reheating them gently in a saucepan on the stove is a truly wonderful option. It gives you far more control over the temperature, ensuring your food is warmed through evenly without creating super hot spots that can destroy nutrients. It also allows the flavors to wake up and melt together again beautifully. It may take a minute or 2 longer than the microwave, but that small investment of time creates a much safer and often more delicious result. These 3 rules are so simple, aren't they? They aren't about a massive, expensive kitchen overhaul. They are about small, mindful shifts in our daily habits. And it's these tiny shifts practiced over and over again that create the most profound and lasting rewards for our health. Let's talk about what this all really means for you, for your future, for your vitality. What we've talked about today isn't about adding another worry to your plate. It is the exact opposite. It's about removing one. It's about taking back control in an area of your life where you have 100% of the power, your own beautiful kitchen. This space should be a source of nourishment, joy, and well-being, not a source of hidden concerns. Every single time you choose to move your food from plastic to glass before you press start, you are making a conscious, loving choice for your body. You are honoring your health. You are protecting your delicate hormonal balance. You are supporting your metabolism for the long run. You are sending a powerful message to yourself that your health is worth that extra 30 seconds. So here's my challenge for you today. Just one small step. The next time you go to your fridge to pull out some leftovers for lunch or dinner, just pause. Take that extra moment to scoop it into a ceramic bowl or a glass dish before you warm it up. That's it. Start there. See how simple it feels. That one small action is a victory for your health. A promise you are making to yourself to protect your body's hormonal balance and honor the wisdom you've gained today. If this conversation was helpful to you and gave you a sense of empowerment, please consider subscribing and becoming part of our wonderful community here. We share knowledge like this every single week to help you live your healthiest, most vibrant, and most joyful life after 60. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. It means the world. Remember to be kind to yourself. You are doing a wonderful job of navigating this world and caring for your well-being. I'll see you in the next video.